After a devastating family conflict, Antigone learns that King Creon has honored one brother with a proper burial but has forbidden anyone to bury the other. She must choose between obeying the state and honoring a sacred duty to her family. The conflict is difficult because both choices carry consequences. Antigone knows that disobeying the king may cost her life, yet she believes that leaving her brother without burial would violate an obligation, older and more important than one ruler's command. Antigone asks Ismene to help bury their brother in secret. Ismene is frightened by their family's history and by the power of the king. She believes that two women cannot safely challenge the state, while Antigone believes that family and divine duty cannot be abandoned. Their disagreement is not simply about courage versus weakness. Ismene is trying to survive within a dangerous political order, while Antigone believes that survival without moral action would become another kind of loss. Creon has ordered that Eteocles, who defended Thebes, receive full funeral honors. Polyneices, who attacked the city, must remain unburied and unmourned. The decree turns a family tragedy into a public test of power, asking who has the authority to decide how the dead should be treated. By controlling burial and mourning, the king makes private grief part of the law. The family can no longer mourn freely because the state has declared one brother worthy and the other unworthy. Antigone does not see Creon's order as the highest law. She believes that ancient divine obligations require her to care for her brother, even if the punishment is death. Her choice is not made because she expects an easy victory. She acts because she thinks some duties remain right even when authority forbids them. Her courage comes from accepting the danger, rather than pretending the danger does not exist. She measures justice by a moral standard that the king cannot erase with a written decree. Ismene remembers the suffering of their family and fears that another act of defiance will bring more destruction. She argues for caution, obedience, and mercy for the dead without openly challenging the ruler. Her position reveals how fear can make obedience feel like the only practical form of survival. Ismene does not stop loving her brother or her sister. Instead, she believes that their family has already suffered too much to confront the power of the state directly. Antigone refuses to wait for permission. When Ismene will not join her, Antigone decides to carry out the burial alone. She would rather face death while honoring her brother than live by abandoning what she believes is morally right. The decision turns her private conviction into a public challenge. Even if nobody praises her and even if the king punishes her, she believes that the act itself is necessary. Her loyalty is expressed through action rather than through a speech of sympathy. After Thebes survives the attack, Creon becomes the new king. He believes that a ruler must put the state before private, friendship, or family loyalty. His speech presents loyalty to the city as the standard by which citizens should be judged. Creon thinks that a city cannot remain safe if leaders allow personal feelings to excuse betrayal. His political argument sounds organized and protective, but it also creates the danger of treating family bonds and moral questions as obstacles to authority. Creon's decree makes the conflict unavoidable. For him, Polyneices is an enemy of the city and deserves no honor. For Antigone, he is still her brother and remains protected by an older moral obligation. Their opposing ideas turn one burial into a debate about justice, authority, and human dignity. Neither side can reduce the other's position to a simple personal disagreement. The question reaches beyond Thebes. When human law and conscience collide, which one should guide action? Antigone's decision shows how a private act can challenge an entire political system. The play asks whether obedience is always justice and whether a ruler can erase family, faith, and human dignity with a command. Her courage does not make the choice simple, but it makes the conflict impossible to ignore. By choosing to honor the dead, Antigone forces the city to confront the limits of political power and the responsibility of individuals who believe a lie is wrong.